Okay, so this is the maiden voyage of my new Titan 10.5. Just launched it, stood on it for a second. It is unreal already, and now I am going to test out this drive. Alright, I can already see I need to probably adjust a few things here, namely how far back I sit, and these are the small things to fix. So looks like that might be as far as it goes. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Yep, definitely need to move the net, but yeah, already way cool. But I can already kind of tell I'm gonna have to get a stronger cable for the rudder. It just feels a little tight. Maybe just because it's new, and I'm sure I'll end up adjusting it, but so far so good. Can turn around no problem. And let's make our first cast in the new kayak. Very cool. Oh, much better than paddling. Much better. Still lots of weeds in the area I'm in right now, so we'll find out how much I have to pull off of the propel drive here. But really happy with how stable this is already. I mean, I'm gonna try standing up now. Oh yeah. This is nice. Very nice to stand up in this thing. Yep, pretty darn stable. Guess I just kind of have to learn my sea legs here and how much is too much to lean to one side or the other, but it feels good to stand up in it. The seat's up high enough where it's actually pretty comfortable. So yeah, I could say so far I'm loving it. But all right, I am gonna go do some pedaling, and test this thing out a little more. See you in a bit. All right, now the most important part is I have to christen this new boat, which I've named Bluebird after my daughter Izzy, with a new fish. First fish. So getting too close to shore and we're back pedaling. Oh, you can't see anything. There you go. Wow, this thing is smooth. Right now I'm just gonna kind of get used to the kayak, do some fishing. On the way back from that side of the lake against the wind, I'm gonna paddle and see just how fast we can actually get going. But I do like how I can kind of feather it, go forward if I'm going too fast, just back pedal just a little bit, and wow, this thing is so stable. And just even adjusting the rudder a little bit to kind of play with the wind brings me in the right direction too. But wow, I loved my Jackson Cuda, obviously just because it was my first fishing kayak, but this is so darn stable, and I'm glad I went with this one. So let's get that fish here. This way I can also kind of test out my tournament setup here and see how easily accessible it is for me to reach my catch board, measure a fish, and I think it's just gonna be a playing thing. I do like how I did lose a few big fish measuring them on my Cuda just because it wasn't deep. This one looks like it's almost a foot deep, so while I still will have my net next to it, I will still what am I saying here? I will still, if I lose the fish, it'll just flop around in the boat here because it's pretty darn deep. So, yeah, so far, really nice. Just need a fish. And while I do have the new upgraded Boondocks rudder on it, the cables are still the same. I can definitely see just by how thin and how much I'm playing around with the cable that I could definitely see some problems. So I will definitely be ordering a few upgraded cables, keep them with me just in case I'm on the road and it breaks and I can just do a quick fix. But again, I am going to stand up and do some fishing. Feels like I'm on a bass boat. It's unreal. When you think you got a great kayak at home, and really it was a great kayak, I still have it, and then you step on one of these Lamborghinis. Wow, what a difference. Now I want you to be with me when I catch my first fish on it. And I'm not young. My balance isn't like it was 20, 30 years ago. I am still having absolutely no problem standing up on this thing. All right. Oh, incredible. All right, quick break. All right, beautiful day, beautiful new kayak, Maiden Voyage. Only thing that would make this better is a bass, and I really don't care what size it is. I just want to catch a fish, and it is just absolutely so nice to not have to balance the oar on my lap. And just keep hands free. It's just so nice. And really, I think one of the main reasons I ended up getting this kayak was from Greg Blanchard, as most of you know, who kayak fish. Everything about his type of fishing is what I do. All his videos really was an easy decision for me to grab this kayak. Now I did try out the Hobie Outback, which was I was 50-50 on both of those, But I just felt that, you know, even though the prices were similar, I get a great deal on this, including all the Boondocks upgrades. And stability, width, fishability, this fit me better. Now, come on, fish. So as I fish here today out of this awesome kayak, I am using a black and blue chatterbait with the paddle tail in the back, which is kind of I guess you would call it sparkly shad. It is blue and black because this water is just a little murky. We've had rains over the last few days, and I think that most of my fish this year that I've caught on this lake have been on this lure. So you can call it my confidence bait. But let's get a fish here. And we're coming up to a good stretch where there's a lot of structure and there's a nice weed line I follow. So basically when I'm done fishing in a couple hours, I'm going to test out the stability of this kayak, the speed, how much I can walk around on it. But I can tell you right now, the seat definitely has to be adjusted. I'm at terminal extension on my leg, so I just have to play around with moving the seat up maybe just another couple inches. And it really doesn't take away much deck space here because there is still plenty of it, as you can see. It'd be nice to walk away with at least one fish today. At this point, I'd be getting my my oar out and kind of adjusting things because I'm getting too close to the shore. But a few quick pedals, and I'm right back where I need to be. Other thing that I'm doing right now is trying to qualify for the KBF championship. Don't have much time left. I do have tomorrow night's tournament, the one night tournament. I did pretty well with that one. I took second in that one, so I'm hoping that the guy who usually does real well just decides he already qualified, he's just going to take it off so I can get a shot to get out there to the championship. So God, feathering with this rudder is so nice. So maybe an anchor system on this thing too eventually, but I will be using these for salmon fishing. As soon as the water temperatures drop, start to go out to Lake Michigan, test this out on the big lake. It's definitely stable enough. I just think I'll need to upgrade that rudder cable before I do that. I don't want to be on Lake Michigan and have a rudder failure. Okay, break. Oh, there we go. Oh no! Lost it. Come on, maybe take a second swat at it. And I'm getting too close, so we'll just back pedal. Well, that kind of stunk. Got me all excited for a sec. Felt the head shake a couple times, and that was it. Yeah, let's take a break. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, it's a big bass. And it spit it out. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? A big bass that would have helped me spit me out. So disappointing. Okay, well, I guess we keep going. I've got to look at that video footage because he jumped out of the water right in front of the camera, so hopefully you at least got a peek at how big that was and the shenanigans that it jumped off. Ooh, felt another hit. Let's get it right back there. That was a hungry big bass. Oh my God, I just wanted my first big. Would have been nice if that was a nice 18, 20-inch bass, first fish on the new boat. But it wasn't meant to be. Oh, that stinks. So we've had 2 fish and we've lost 2 fish. I guess the take out of that is they're biting. I just have to be better on my end. All right, another break. Nice backlash. Nice. Yeah, well, bro. Oh, very nice. And we're not going to take a chance here. We are going to net this baby. And just like that, folks, we have our first bass. We'll give you a peek, and then we will measure it, but it looks pretty decent. That's wonderful. Oh. Did you catch that? So now that I am stuck here, give you a quick peek. There's not some stuff on there, but good bass. I don't know how much you can see, but we're gonna measure her. There we go. He hit that pretty hard. Oh, and then he decided to spit it out. To no fault of his own, I didn't set the hook. So, if you're keeping count, that is 1 for 4 on hookups. There we go. There's one in the shallows. Not a big one, but nice to get a second little bass. And yeah, you saw it again. I got problems. I was going to lip it, and I should have just netted it. Wasn't real big. I'm also gonna have to check my hook here, see what we got going on here. Hook still looks good. I just stink at it. Okay, break. Alright, we're gonna head into the wind here through these weed beds. Yeah, I can tell I've already got some weeds in the propel again. Yeah, that's what that sound means. Alright, let's get one more cast in here before we blow by this spot. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Look at all that juiciness. Not bad. But she makes a difference. Tremendous difference. Going through another weed bed here. It's an obstacle course. All right, let's get some fish here. This spot has always done real well for me. I mean, primarily in the pre-spawn. That's where I caught most of my big bass. But usually there's one or two just always living over here. And this is where a lot of spawning beds were too. Wow, must be chock full of weeds again. Have to fix it again. Let's get a few casts in here before we do that. Alright, pretty much our last cast. I am going to bring her in. It's getting a little windy, and I'm going to save the fish for tomorrow night so I can not stress out these fish too much. So let's pop this open again. Yeah, I'll definitely be cleaning this thing out when I get back home. Quite a bit jammed up in there, just really bogging it down. And I think we got most of it. There we go. All right. Let us go in. So now we're gonna test this thing out. See how she does into the wind. See if we can get some speed up here. Much better in paddling against the wind. Oh yeah. Just need to get my legs in shape after I stopped running. nasty downspin on my fitness, so this should fix it. Low impact, good on my knees. Yeah, we're going pretty good click here. I'd say between 3 and 4 miles an hour. See how fast we can get this thing going. That wind doesn't help. You hear that heavy breathing? All right, we'll see you on shore. Okay, so I am done with the Maiden voyage on the new Native Titan 10.5. Nothing negative to say about this thing. I am only going to be making a couple small changes, and that's definitely changing out the rudder cable. It's just a little loose right now, but I know that's how it's supposed to be. Your first few uses, you tighten it up as needed, but I'll walk you through how I set mine up. So, starting at the front here, similar to what Greg Blanchard did, I am using the G2 net, and I lock it in the same way he does with the or lock, I guess you can call those things, our Yak Attack, and it works out great right there. It's within reach. I did change out the pedals to some BMX pedals, so on this side it's flat if I ever go barefoot. On this side I kept the lugs in it for the grip. I put one of these ram balls up top. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, if I'm going to move that net thing up here, or if I'm actually going to put my camera phone up there, GoPro, who knows. I'm still looking for a place to mount GoPros, but I'm probably doing that on the rails. So on the side here I keep my tools. Nothing really special there, but I do also keep my catchboard there. It works out real well there. It's a nice tucked storage space in there. Just a small thing back there. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing with that, but for now, just some extra hooks. The crate itself, it's got 6 rod holders on there, and I'm only using 4 today, but I'm probably going to end up getting the a different box for the back of here, and a cooler, maybe that angle cooler rod thing, so I can keep some cold drinks on there. Not going to overload this with stickers, but I did put a few on this thing. Oars lock in great on the side of this thing, or out of the way. I did add a Railblazer back here for the flag, and then yes, I did name it Bluebird for my daughter. Let's see what else. Oh, no, the wheels. So this came with it. What a great bargain that was. I put those on here, and what a lifesaver. I'm really liking it. I'm sure the more I use it, the more it'll loosen up. Really the only other thing I have here is underneath the seat. I do carry a big box by Milwaukee. It fits under there perfectly. It's got a bunch of little divider drawers. Let me see if I can get that out here for you. Fits in there pretty nicely. So bug sprays, tools, EMS stuff, some more line just in case, but it's decent size, and it tucks in perfectly underneath there. So that's it. Absolutely love this thing today. Did not have to break out the oars once, so really happy with this. And wasn't sure about the color. I knew I wanted the color, but I had my doubts about it. I love that blue. So blue and green, that's how everything will be. And yes, I did forget to say that I did upgrade the rudder to the Boondocks rudder. More surface area, just because it's a beefier rudder, I need to upgrade the cables on it, but that's it. My new kayak. Maiden voyage. Caught a few fish today, which you saw in the video, but I'm loving this thing, and thanks for watching.